Hello everybody, welcome back to Kharak number 8. Here is going to be an exciting match because we got Descara playing as the Coalition versus Hottest Man Ever as the Galzians from round 3, of course. And this is going to be exciting because Hottest Man Ever is doing kind of a new strategy here, one that we haven't really seen before. This kind of one PC assault ship aggression, and I'd really like to see how Descara reacts to it. Descara also has no information on this player, he doesn't know how he plays at all, so he's going to be just doing a standard build, I would say. Probably going to be caught a little bit off guard by this push here. So I'm really excited to see this one. If you remember, perhaps you'd forgotten, Hottest Man in round 1 beat Tarn Armor, then he beat me. So both these players actually undefeated right now in the qualifier. And they've both proven that they're quite good. Let's just analyze the build here real quickly. It's 2 on RUs. Salvager comes out of the carrier and the production cruiser, and Sandscaper Fabrication comes after that. And then he moves out immediately. So Sandscaper Fabrication going to hit at about the 1 minute mark. For context, that's usually when I'm attacking my opponent. There's Skimmer Fabrication finished now. And probably the big limiting factor here is actually, going to be RUs, right? Yeah, so if you just produce nothing, you'll have the CUs for it, so you can make one sand skimmer right there, and then once the RUs come in, assault ship fabrication on the way. That's pretty cool to see. Honestly, I might use this sometime because it's really fun looking. And you know I'm all about that, you know, early game aggression. It would also kind of sort of like make my playstyle a bit more varied. Right now I can do like full eco, or I can do sand skimmer aggression into eco, or I can do a double production cruiser push, but I'm not very good at the latter. But this is kind of, you know, this is something else that's like a little bit more unique, and I think I might want to incorporate it into my style. Assault ship fabrication gonna hit at the 27:45 mark. On this clock anyway. There is actually a clock over here, I think I've mentioned this before, but you can't see it because this tab is in the way. No, y'all. What you gonna do? Probe gets sniped there, it's a nice pickup. 4 salvagers are in the area, and Descara had gone for SC first. He's gonna immediately go for railgun fabrication here. So it seems almost as though the answer to this is just greed, right? Because if you can get railguns out, he's gonna be fine. So Hottest Man needs to do his damage now, and he needs to do it pretty effectively, pretty quickly. Carrier's also in the optimal position to do carrier blocking, and Descara totally keeping his cool, not even gonna go for power 1. Although it may also be true that he doesn't realize exactly what's happening just now. Railgun's finished about 15 seconds, but the first assault ship is out. This could cause him some trouble, but he's gonna just put down a turret. Sandskimmer's all going to go after the turret, and I gotta say that's the right move, otherwise they're just going to die too quickly. Second assault ship is on the way as well. So Sandskimmers have completed their run-by, and they're pretty much home free now. If the carrier backs up, he's off of his second base, and so Hottest Man has already kind of done the damage he wanted to. But also, significantly, is the fact that these railguns are going to come out on top of the assault ship. Oh, fight it, fight it, fight it! This is the thing to kill right now. He definitely needs to go after that. Okay, there we go. So we do have it getting taken out by... No, he changed targets. I said, like, literally today that, in this context, the assault ship... Was that a Salvager jetpack? I said... No, it's probably a missile. I said, like, today that in this context, the assault ships are sacrificial units, but in this case, if you can clear the railguns, I think you can clear the eco. So that probably was the right move there. There's no armor upgrades, mind you, on these railguns. There can't be. He hasn't gotten AV fabrication. So Descara has held this off really without any trouble. His support cruiser took a bit of damage, and I think he lost like a couple LAVs or something, but that was it. So it doesn't look too good for Hottest Man Ever now. He's going to go refinery mode, head back to base, but now Descara not only has the superior eco, he has the superior momentum too, and he can just push out. You always want to be a bit careful in the situation you're in as Descara right now, that you don't overcommit, because sometimes the rush is not finished yet and they'll come back with more. But in this scenario, I really think he's basically just got it. AV fabrication on the way for him now. 3 railguns here to ward off this assault ship, and that should be just fine. And he's opening up that 3rd Rick now. Salvager's just now beginning to be produced, and so that means Descara is going to be pretty far ahead in the eco. He'll probably just get upgrades now for his railguns, and I think he can just push out. Or maybe the safer move is to expand your eco first, I'm not sure. But I think he could honestly get like a production cruiser snipe if he pushed out. Excuse me, I was yawning that time. Not that the game is boring, just that I'm pretty tired. Even got a turret here for the defense, and I think that's pretty cool. Oh, interceptor fabrication on the way for Hottest Man. I didn't think about anti-air, actually, that's true. That is very quick interceptors. He's not going for any ground units at all, basically. Just hoping these 3 right here can be that for him. And look at his awesome positioning here, as he's got them like all set up, you know, in different locations on the map, ready to converge on any one position that they choose. Before getting that, I would have gotten that, I think. He's not saving him for something, is it? No. But missile battery fabrication is on the way, so Descara definitely seems to be sensing that he wants to be pushing right now, and his opponent is going to get air, and those are the 2 contexts he would probably get missile ships. They also are good coverage against sand skimmers. Not guaranteed coverage, but still pretty good. So Armor 1 just got finished for the heavy vehicles for Descara. This shouldn't go too well for him. It's 2 rails and a turret here. With the armor break, that turret does even more damage than you're expecting, so... There goes that assault ship right there. That's a nice pickup. 1 extraction going to come down, and I think the assault ship wants to punish, but he's not going to be able to. There's railguns here as well. And now the AAVs are starting to get up to the base of Hottest Man Ever, which is always nice. And that's really what you want AAVs to be doing, after all. Descara, only with 1 production slot, is still managing to keep a very low float here, which is pretty cool. So Descara just trying to hold his opponent at bay here, so he can try to maybe get some salvagers. But look at that, using the smoke of the AAV. Ooh. Still dies. But hey, I mean, once again, not sure how cognitive that was, but that was pretty cool. Pretty fun to see. Missile batteries are out now. Looks like they're just going to stay back at home at the moment. 1 carrier production slot on the way, and I believe he's probably going to make a support cruiser at this point. At this particular juncture. 2nd extraction is also on the way. Yeah, there's a support cruiser. Probably he's going to make some rails as well. But, you know, remains to be seen. And looks like some salvagers in the back line could get taken out here as well. Assault ships, I would say, are definitely the superior unit, but lacking the smoke ability and also against AAVs, they don't have the kill time to, you know, stop something like this from happening. So 2 have been taken out already, and it may... Nah, it's not going to be a 3rd. That's nice for him, but still, 2 is a little too much. Get it? Whoa! Whoa, my buddy! What are you doing? What are you doing? This is... Yeah, this is no place for a PC. Probably a bad rally point, but... Oh, and it's standing still now. Ugh. This thing's going to get styled on. Oh no, the rails are going to target the sandskimmer. He's going to back away from this? This is beautiful. Oh no. I would have sacked all these railguns to kill that thing. Maybe that's just me though. Yeah, don't tell any of my units that I said that, alright? 2 artifacts extracted now by Descara. He really has the indisputable field control here, and this number of railguns is going to start doing some good work against that carrier. Another artifact going to get picked up as well. There it goes, he's headed off to that extraction zone. More anti-air. Seems like, you know, pretty typical stuff here. Just keeping us calm. Doing everything the way it's meant to be done here. You know, I often wonder to myself, what would this game look like if we had, like, professional players? You know what I mean? What would they do? Because right now we have very, very good players, but I'd say, you know, I mean, the fact that we don't make any money off of it obviously limits how much we can do it, right? And we get some people who are really good, like A-Game and Descara and whatever, but imagine if they were actually getting paid to do it. Like, how good would they be? Would we be seeing just, like, redonkulous, you know, amazing strategies being, like, micro moments being pulled off and stuff like that? I don't know. Oh, by the way, this carrier's gonna die now. Missile Battery sacrifices his own health to kill those sand skimmers. It's pretty heroic of him. Air trying to launch here, but that didn't go too well. But I mean, what else is he gonna do? They were either gonna die or die inside the carrier. If I were them, I would have just flown that way. But there you go. So, looks like Hottest Man was not ready for Descara and his Swedishness. And I gotta say, Descara, he's very good at holding this kind of stuff off. You know, like if you're gonna rush Descara, you gotta be really good because it's not easy to stop him. I don't know if you remember from Kharak 6, I went against him in the qualifier, and I tried to like 2PC railgun rush him, and he just like destroyed me. You know what I mean? He's good at what he does. That was a lot of fun to see. Hope you enjoyed it too. There's that timer I was talking about, and I will see you in the next video.